All right. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Joy. I'm back again with another video, another live. I hope that you guys are doing well and I hope you guys are staying safe. So, as you guys can see, I did have to switch it up once more. I went short again, you guys. I just got me some twists. So, kind of keep this in for a few more weeks or so, maybe a month or two. So, anyway, you guys, once more, welcome to this channel. It is called Live Narc Free, where this channel is all about getting free and staying free after dealing with narcissistic abuse. Me, myself, once more, my name is Joy. I have been dealing with narcissists since 2006, and since 2017, I have been helping former victims, now survivors, heal, move on, and recover after dealing with narcissistic abuse. So, you guys, I know I'm on here a lot. Later than usual, but I'm here nonetheless, independent on where you are, because I'm in Eastern Standard Time. So I know I have some folks that are in the Central and some other folks that are in Pacific Standard Time. So, always keep that in mind. So, nonetheless, you guys, as you can see by the title here, I just wanted to talk a little bit about a spiritual narcissist and also trusting your gut, trusting your intuition about the narcissist. Now, I feel like I've touched on that second half of the topic here, but I just want to really reiterate that for the folks that are new to the channel, and for those of you that have been watching me for years, you already probably know a lot about this here. So, and by the way, you guys, I wanted to say thank you so much for your continuous support. Please, 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 excuse me. Please continue to keep doing that. Sorry about that, you guys. One moment. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so yeah, I did want to go ahead and get in the topic here. Give me one moment. I just wanted to see here because I feel like I've had some topics I wanted to talk about, but we can always kind of spread them out. Let's see. But I hope everybody's having a good Sunday, a good Sunday with their family and friends. Hopefully, you guys are getting ready for the 4th of July. If you guys have any plans for that, I would love to know what you guys' plans are and things like that. Let's take a look here. I can't believe it's gonna be July. Like, that's crazy. Like, the year is like halfway almost over. We have like 6 months left, or now 5 months left until the end of the year. Isn't that crazy? I feel like the year just flew by. That's insane. Um, okay. So yes, you guys, I pretty much have the topic at hand here. All right. So yeah, the dogs are out there barking again, y'all. Y'all know how the dogs be. So, anyways, I wanted to talk about a spiritual narcissist. Now, me personally, dealing with a spiritual narcissist, I haven't really encountered that as of yet. But I know that there are some folks that have. I also know that there are probably some folks that have dealt with maybe religious narcissists, maybe narcissists that are in church environments and things like that. And maybe they could use their sort of power and authority, to their advantage, and they could use it to, of course, manipulate, trick, and deceive, the congregation and things like that, and just have this sense of like entitlement, righteousness, looking down on others when it comes to the religious narc. But let's talk about a spiritual narc right now. For those of you that are not familiar with what spirituality is, let's kind of go into that, and then we'll go into the spiritual narcissist. So let's talk about what spirituality is, right? So let's look deep into that here. So what does spiritual mean? So you could say that, hey, I'm a spiritual person, or you may say, hey, I'm a religious person. You know what I mean? Now, I myself do classify myself as a spiritual person, but I'm not a narcissist, obviously, right? But you do have some folks that are spiritual and they could use their spirituality against others. You know what I mean? But let's talk about what spirituality is and what spiritual means. Okay. So spiritual, you guys can Google this as usual, but let's talk about it here. So relating to or affecting the human spirit or soul as opposed to material or physical things. And that somebody wrote here, it says, I'm responsible for his spiritual warfare. So some of you guys, you could feel like you're going through a spiritual warfare where you could feel like maybe things have been happening to you, maybe in your dream state, or you've been having visions, or you've been having nudges, or reoccurring dreams, whether it be about your life, or it could be about things to come, or things that are going on right now, or it could be about the narcissist, or whatever the case may be, right? Now, spiritual, this could relate to religion or religious belief, but it's not really a religion per se, if that makes sense, right? So, okay, so the meaning of spirituality has developed and expanded over time, and various meanings can be found alongside each other. Okay, yeah, so what does it mean to be spiritual? So, spirituality is a personal exploration. Dr. Maya Spencer, spirituality involves the recognition of a feeling or sense of belief that there is something greater than myself, something more to being human than sensory experience, and that the greater whole, which we are a part of, cosmic or divine in nature. So that essentially is what spirituality is all about. It's like something bigger than yourself, sort of like a higher power, a higher calling, if that makes sense. It could be like a certain deity, or a certain, you know, something that you believe in, if that makes sense, or something that you pray to, or something that you acknowledge as bigger than you per se, or, if that makes sense. Divine. Okay, so what's an example of being spiritual? So some signs of spirituality can be, asking deep questions about topics such as suffering or what happens after death, deepening connections with people, experiencing compassion and empathy for others. So that's, some more about spiritual things. Now, somebody who's like, oh, well, does a spiritual person believe in God? Me, myself, as I do see myself as a spiritual person, I do believe in God. But let's just see what it says here. It says, as a spiritual person, the acceptance that God exists stands taller than the way of worship. The power of faith can be both religion and spirituality in this case. With the proper understanding of religion from these books, a spiritual person can be religious and vice versa. So, and like I said, me personally, I'm not a religious person. I did grow up Christian, Pentecostal and things like that, but that's not something that I subscribe to now. I'm not saying that I wouldn't per se. I mean, I just have a relationship with God and I believe in God. So, and it's funny too, because I remember it was a few times last year, when I was going through a few things, people would be like, because, I always talk about God a lot. As I said, I have my relationship with God, and people be like, oh, Joy, do you go to church and stuff like that? And I'm like, no, not really. I mean, I grew up in a church environment and things like that, but it's like, as I kind of got closer to God, I kind of steered away from the church environment, only because of, and actually one time when I went to church with my aunt that was a somatic narcissist, I don't know. I just remember the one time we went and the pastor was really talking down on the congregation. And I don't know. It was just something about it. We all was just kind of looking like, do we really want to keep doing this type of thing? And, I think that it just really depends on the environment of the church or whatever congregation or, organization and what you're going to or where it's at and what they're speaking of. Because me personally, I feel like, if I'm going to go to church, I want to be uplifted, right? I want to be empowered. I want to feel motivated. I want to be inspired. I don't want to feel talked down on or made to feel bad or made to feel less than or, criticized and judged and ridiculed is just kind of like, I'm not looking to do that, because no one is God. God is the only person that can judge us, right? So, you do have a lot of that going on in certain church environments, right? And I think sometimes that does cause a lot of folks to stay clear or steer clear of that type of thing, because they're just like, hey, I'm going to this environment to empower myself, and I'm just not getting that. You get what I'm saying? They're just more so saying like, oh, you put this in the this tie or this offering in this plate, and then this is going to happen, and that doesn't happen. You get what I'm saying? So that does cause a lot of confusion and isolation in that regards. So, but yeah. So I hope that made sense here, as far as like what it means to be spiritual. Now let's talk about like when a person can use the spirituality in a negative way, like how a narc could do, right? So you have people that are spiritual that use it for positive, uplifting, empowering their fellow human beings. But then you have a narcissist that will use it against individuals, where they will do certain things and pray to certain deities and wish bad on individuals, or they could use, esoterical stuff, or they may go into divination, or they may go into oracle or tarot, or, that type of stuff, So let's just get into it here, though. Let's just see. So spiritual narcissism, you guys can go to verywellmind.com. So it says spiritual narcissism is what happens when a person mistakenly lets their spiritual or religious practice go to their head and think it makes them superior to others. A spiritual narcissist may seek validation and praise for their actions, may lack empathy, and isn't likely to take responsibility for their mistakes. So this is a spiritual narcissist here. All right. And let's see here. All right. So again, narcissistic people are attracted to New Age practices by design. So by shifting their identities onto the universe, they are able to skirt accountability and create the illusion of awakened superiority. Narcissistic people love New Age spiritual practices because they can provide an unquestionable place to hide. So we do have that. And again, more on dealing with the spiritual narcissist. It says, don't internalize their criticism. Remember that spiritual narcissists are motivated by their own need to feel superior to others. So don't allow their criticism or disrespect to affect how you feel about yourself. You do not need to measure up to anyone else's expectations concerning your spiritual practices. All right, so I hope that is helpful here. Okay, this is good. What is the spiritual narcissist? More on it, just in case if you're new to it, right? So just as the spiritual narcissists believe that they are better than everyone else, spiritual narcissists believe that there is a spiritual wisdom and a development is superior to others. Spiritual narcissists boast about their spiritual or religious endeavors, including practices such as, for some, it could be yoga. Others, it could be prayer. They may pray not to God, of course, but they're praying to some sort of deity or some sort of, dark entity, or whatever demon possessed that they may pray to, or whatever that lives inside of them. That's what they pray to, right? But and then also some may meditate, or they may chant certain stuff, or whatever they may do, or knowledge of spiritual texts. Their presumption of superiority leads them to treat others with condescension. So that's a spiritual narcissist here. Let's look. Give me one moment. I kind of wanted to dig a little bit deeper here. Yeah, okay, this is a good one right here. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. So spiritual narcissists. It says that you can find them in churches, synagogues, mosques, satanic groups, New Age spirituality, such as fortune tellers, mediums, anything that has something to do with believing something. They use it as a tool for manipulation, superiority, and control. Okay. So I hope that that makes sense, you guys, as far as that. Yeah. So, yeah, if you're dealing with a spiritual narcissist, just understand you have to protect yourself, right? You have to protect yourself. You have to protect your energy, of course. You have to protect your mind, right? And you have to protect your emotions and, um, yeah, just everything about yourself. You really just have to guard it at all costs, because the narcissist could be trying to infiltrate that, right? It could be trying to infiltrate your mind. It could be trying to infiltrate your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings, and you know, um, and stuff like that. So you just want to make sure. They could also try to infiltrate your personal space. They may try to infiltrate your certain environments or you know things like that. Let me see here. All right, give me 1 second, you guys. Yeah, this is actually something good. And it says the most dangerous narcissist you'll ever meet. It looks like it's saying it's a spiritual narcissist. hmm Let me see here. Me personally, I think the covert ones are the worst because a lot of times they usually like to try to blend in and pretend like they're normal and they're not. You know what I mean? So, because at least like with a malignant narcissist or a overt narcissist, you can kind of spot them out based off of their behavior. You know what I'm saying? When the mask comes down, but we want to keep that in mind here. Let me see. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. So just be careful about those spiritual narcissists, right? And those are the ones as well that will use the divination, like the black magic, spell work, or they may do hexes and things like that. Those are spiritual narcissists as well because they're using new age, things and practices in order to get a certain outcome or to manipulate a situation or stuff like that. Yeah. Or not only will they do it, but they may pay somebody else to do it or something like that. Or, maybe they know somebody in their family may be familiar with it, or you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to sorry about that, you guys. My bad. I just hold on 1 second, you guys. Bear with me. One moment, y'all. Hold on. Hold on, you guys. My bad. My bad, you guys. But I hope that that was helpful, though, as far as just understanding narcissism. And another thing I just wanted to share with you guys before we do go is just really trusting your intuition. Hold on, y'all. Wait 1 second. My bad, y'all. My bad. Yes, you guys, trusting your intuition when it comes to the narcissist, like, really honoring what your intuition is telling you and trying your best not to question yourself or doubt it because sometimes when you have kind of figured out that whoever is in your life or whoever is around you is a narcissist, they may try to make you seem like what you're saying is not correct or they may try to make it seem like, you're crazy, or you're just making things up, or you're lying, or whatever the case may be. So, and then also what they'll try to do is they may try to stop doing the behavior for maybe like a day or two, and then they go right back to doing it again to try to confuse you, or, you know what I'm saying? Or it could be where whoever else is around that individual, they may not treat them how they treat you. So let's say, sorry about that, you guys. Let's say you're a narcissist. Maybe they use you as a scapegoat, or in some cases, maybe the narcissist, it could be where they treat you like maybe you're a minion. You're an agent to the narc, or you are a flying monkey. They may treat you really good. I mean, every now and then they may like talk down on you, or, tease you or whatever, or any things like that. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on. One moment, y'all. 1 second. Sorry about that, you guys. My bad. Yeah, so trusting your intuition, understanding that, that what you see and what you're feeling when it comes to dealing with the narcissist is on point. Like, it's what you've seen them do, or, what they've done to you, or maybe what they've done to others. That's a real thing, and just know that they're not going to change. Know that they're not going to change. They don't want to change. They don't think that there's anything wrong. If anything, they're probably blaming you for everything. They could be lying on you, making up false accusations and false, lies about you that's not even true. And they could be spreading that around and telling other people, and you don't even know that person. Like, you get what I'm saying? You don't even know like who that individual is. And it's just all these lies that have been told against you. And you're just like, yeah, what's going on? So you just want to be careful about that. You can have family members that do this too, when it comes to, narc parents, narc in-laws, distant family members, and stuff like that. You could have people, making up lies about you, and they could be just doing it because they can, or they feel like they can do it because that's just what they do, and so you just want to be mindful of that. And I guess I'm saying all this to say is just try not to take it personal, as we always say in these videos. Try not to take it personal. Just understand that these individuals, that's what they live for. They live for the drama. They live for the chaos. They live for the mayhem, and all that stuff. That's how they live. They live off of negativity. They live off of they like your misery. They like it when you're upset. They like it when they can get you to feel the type of way. They don't like you happy. They don't want you smiling and things like that. They want to ruin your day. They want to ruin your day because they're upset. They're miserable. You know what I'm saying? And that's not your problem. Like, we all have to take accountability for for our own actions. And, we're not to blame for anything when it comes to the narcissist. It's whatever has occurred, it's on their end. It has nothing to do with you. Now, we do play a part as far as our dealing, whatever connection you may have had. Now, if you don't know that person, then you're not responsible for anything. You haven't done anything. But if you actually know that person, then yeah, you do have a responsibility, to take accountability for your actions and things like that. Owning up to, your half of the, your part you played. And, it could have been a point where you enabled the narcissist, right? You enabled their behaviors, you enabled their toxicity, their drama, their, mayhem, or whatever it is that they were doing. You enabled it unknowingly. Like, I'm pretty sure if you would have known, you wouldn't have done that. So again, taking that accountability, and not allowing the narcissist to make you a scapegoat. That's another thing I did want to talk about, because a lot of narcissists will do this because they feel like, they want to blame you for everything, like lie on you, blame you for stuff you didn't do. Because again, that's a cop out. That's a way to which they can say, "Oh, it wasn't my fault. It was that person. It was because of that person did this or that person did that. I had nothing to do with it. I'm innocent here." And it's like the narcissist is not innocent at all. You know what I'm saying? They're definitely guilty, for sure. So you do want to keep that in mind. And as usual, just be aware of the smear campaigns, right? The smear campaign is probably in full effect, or has already happened, or whatever the case may be. And they could have people thinking things about you that are not even true. And so you just got to get to the point where you just say, "Hey, I mean, it is what it is. You got to do what's best for you." You give me 1 second, you guys. Hold on. One moment, y'all. Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. One moment. Hold on. Sorry about that, you guys. 1 second. My bad, you guys. My bad. I had to take care of something. But yeah, so you just want to be careful about that, and just kind of recognizing it. And if you're dealing with any type of narcissist, as I always say, you guys, there's nothing that you can do to make it better. Nothing. All of the narcissists that I've ever dealt with in my life, it's always been a point where I essentially had to go no contact. Like, that was the best decision for me. I was definitely, at first I didn't really want to do it because, for one, like my aunt, like when I lived with her for 5 years, that's family. Like, I wasn't adopted or anything like that. And it was just more so like I really had to say, like, okay, I know this is my aunt and I know she's taking great care of me and I do care for her, but it's just like I wasn't getting that back type of thing, and it was more so like I was getting the opposite. It was just like I was getting, no love, no empathy, no sympathy, no care, and I'm thinking like, well, why have this person in my life? You get what I'm saying? So you kind of have to get to that point where you just have to say, like, okay, what is my value? What is my worth? Do I want people in my life that value me and love me? Or do I want people that don't? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you have to see, like, what's your worth? What's your value? Do you value yourself? Do you love yourself? Do you respect yourself? Do you have a sense of worth, and things like that, and however you feel about yourself, that's a reflection of how whoever is in your life, like your relationships, your friendships, and things like that, those people are a reflection of how you feel about yourself, if that makes sense, right? So you do just want to be aware of that and keep that in mind. You know, so yeah, just kind of seeing like, okay, if I have these narcissists in my life, what is that telling me about myself? Now, in some cases, I get it. Your narcs could be mothers or fathers. And I understand that for some folks, they're like, hey, I don't want to go no contact with my mom. I don't want to go no contact with my dad. And I get that. Maybe it might be more so of a limited contact. It is what it is. Do what's best for you. Do what makes you happy, right? As I said, I never tell anybody what to do or anything like that. Do whatever you feel is right for you. You get me? But just understand, you got to do what makes you happy. At the end of the day, you got to do what you love and love what you do. And the narcissists, they don't want that for you. They want you to be miserable like them, and it's just like, you don't deserve that. Nobody deserves that, And, you know, yeah, you just deserve the best. You gotta want more for yourself. If you don't want more for yourself, then yeah, you can go ahead and, be like the narcissist and things like that. But you have a choice. We all have choices. We all have um, things in life that we can choose to do. God has given us that power, and sometimes a narcissist wants to trick you into thinking that you don't have power. They want to make you seem like, you have to do what they're telling you to do. Like you have to, go along with what they're trying to get you to do. Like you have to do that, and they'll, try to guilt trip you, right? They'll try to use shame, manipulation. For some, they may even try to like, stalk you or harass you or bully you or try to intimidate you or something like that. They may do stuff like that, and at the end of the day, you just kind of got to be like, it is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you just got to understand like your power and knowing that God is with you and God loves you and that God's not going to give you anything that you can't handle. You know what I'm saying? And know that if God be for you, it doesn't matter like who's against you at the end of the day. So you just got to realize that, so but I hope that this video was helpful. Hopefully it didn't sound like I was ranting or anything like that. But and also once more again, you guys, as before we head out here, just claiming your independence, right? Claiming your independence from the narcissist, because that's something that the narcissist doesn't want you to do. The narcissist wants you to be codependent on them. A lot of times they are codependent on you as well, and they want you to be like them. And a lot of times you're not like them, right? But the thing is that the more you are around them, or you're in a certain environment, or let's say you grew up in a household around these type of individuals, you're going to be just like them if you don't begin to distance yourself or detach, or allow that space and that that have that perspective so you can see like what is going on. You get what I'm saying? And so it is what it is. At the end of the day, you got to do what's right for you. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, just like I said, trusting your gut, trusting your intuition. Because I'm telling you guys, like your gut is not going to lie. I'm telling you, your gut, your body, however your body feels, whatever your gut is telling you about a person is not going to steer you in the wrong direction. And if anything, it's going to say, okay, like I said, your body may be giving you a sign, or, you can have dreams, visions, and things like that about this individual. And yeah, just understand that it's telling you like, hey, like something is off here. You know what I'm saying? So, and then actually I kind of, maybe I can save this for another video here, but just understanding that, the narcissist is going to mistreat you. They may mistreat you when it comes to dealing with them. And, understand that you don't deserve that. You don't deserve to be mistreated, and understand that, you deserve to be treated respectfully, and if you're not getting treated respectfully, then you got to make those decisions that's going to be for your best good, and you know you have to move past, and like I said, disengage from individuals that are mistreating you, like, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. But no, we'll definitely talk about more on that, if you're dealing with that, and also coping with the mistreatment, because I know a lot of people handle mistreatment differently. You know what I'm saying? Like some people may not even know that they're getting mistreated, and then others will be like, oh yeah, like that, like they could have saw something. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I'm always looking around. I'm always lurking around. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like I said, just understanding, the spiritual narcissist, just being mindful, be mindful. And now I'm not doing this video to be like, oh, to be like, oh, everybody is a narc, because not everybody is a narcissist. Like I said, you'll know the difference. Like you'll definitely be able to tell the difference between a narcissist and a normal person, and stuff like that. Or it could be a toxic person too. Could be a toxic person, dysfunctional person, unhealthy, whatever the case may be. Right. Let me see here. I'm gonna double check on something. Yeah, this is interesting here. Very, very interesting. But yeah, claim your independence, you guys. Claim your independence from your narc parents. Claim your independence from your narc in-laws. Um, don't allow them to control you. Don't allow them to control you. And remember, you have the power. You have the power. But the thing is, with as I always say, with the narc parents, they will try to use finances as a weapon. They'll definitely do that. And you can watch the video I did last week, because I talked a lot about that. But yeah, just and that kind of did happen to me. Like I said previously, my aunt did try to do that. But luckily, I was able to pick up more gigs, and I was able to kind of free myself from my aunt. And she still wanted to control. She didn't want to give up that control easily. Just how like all narcissists don't like to give up their control easily, or their perceived control. They feel like they can control you, but they don't, or they can't. You know, and so you have to fight to keep your control. And you just got to do what you got to do. So anyway, you guys, I hope that this video was helpful and made sense, and understand that everything's going to be okay. And note that, yeah, you are loved. I love you. God loves you. I would love to know what was you guys' takeaway, what you learned. And also trust your gut, trust your intuition. Don't doubt it. Don't think that it's off, or don't think that you're crazy, or don't think that you're being too hard. Don't think that, oh, you shouldn't feel that way, or, oh, like you shouldn't judge, or you shouldn't think that way of an individual, even though they've given you every reason to. Don't feel bad for doing what is best for you. That's going to make you happy. That's going to make you have more peace in your life, and what's going to make you just more like at ease, or just what makes you feel good at the end of the day. Like don't doubt that. Like don't feel like, oh, I'm wrong for trusting myself, or I'm wrong for making this decision, or I'm wrong for going no contact with the narcissist, or I'm wrong for going limited contact with the narcissist. You're not wrong for that. That's actually takes a lot of guts. That's very commendable. That's something that you should do. Everybody should have the right to make decisions for themselves, right? And not be without any manipulation, without any control, without any gaslighting, without any anybody trying to coerce them to do otherwise. Everybody has the right to live a good life, and for some, you just kind of have to come to the conclusion that the narcissist has accepted misery. Like their fate in life is misery, death, destruction, right? Negative, right? A lot of them are cursed, but that's not your fate though. As long as you can make that decision that that's not going to be it for you, then you have a chance. But the narcissist doesn't have a chance, because they're not going to change. So I just want you to keep that in mind. So anyway, I love you guys. I'm going to give you guys a hug. And I will see you guys next video. If you guys want to learn more about how you can get supported by me, feel free to send me an email at livenarcfree9@gmail.com, or you can go to livenarcfree.com. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Love you guys. Bye.